everybody, it's Leah. I'm gonna attempt to get a layout done in less than half an hour because I don't have a lot of time. The baby just kind of ish woke up from his nap. I'm hoping he'll fall back asleep. So I want to get this done as quickly as possible, and I don't want to have to do a lot of editing. So I am going to do this photo. It is a picture I took from my photography class for my first unit. It got a really good review. There were some things, I got corrected on it. As I looked at the picture more and more, I could understand what needed to be corrected. But the reason I'm scrapbooking it is I also had it reviewed by one of my favorite photographers and YouTubers, Jared Polin, for a food photography challenge. He only chose 10 photos to about 10, I think, photos to review, and mine was pretty much in the top. So it was really exciting to have that happen, and so I wanted to kind of scrapbook how I had a really great week. I can't remember the date, so eventually I'm gonna have to run away and find my my phone. This is the paper collection I'm going to use. It's Front Porch by Pebbles. It's old. I've had it forever. And yes, we're going to get started. I'm going to go and fast forward now. Okay, so that sheet is like a beadboard with a yellow stripe in it and a little bit of whitewash, which was really cute. And I'm looking here for background paper first to split up the page. So the idea that I wanted to do was to break the page up a little bit and then also do these like concentric circles I saw that people did with their other layouts, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do the blue. And there you see me. I started talking, by the way, when I was doing this video, so bear with me. I'm recording over me talking. Yes, those I'm not going to use. They're from We Are Memory Keepers, but I decided not to use them. So yeah, you could see I was going to show where I was going to do my circle, and instead I'm going to draw the circle on the page and then create a half circle by covering up what I've drawn. So I picked this blue paper. I love it because it sets off the blue in the cup, and there's my sketch I drew for myself based on layouts that I've seen other people doing online with the circles. I didn't want to break out my sewing machine because, again, my son was sleeping. So it's going to be basically the circles of fortunes around the outside of it. Oh, my title is Fortune Favors the Brave. I'm choosing between black and brown here, but it's Fortune Favors the Brave, and it's my fortunes are going to go along, for my fortune cookies are going to go along the outside of the circle. Actually, they're going to follow the circle, and then I'm going to mount them on washi and do some embellishments. So I choose my paper. I still can't find my snail thing at this time. I find it in another layout I'm going to record that I've recorded already later, and I literally got through mounting the picture, and that was it. So glue it is, and now I need new glue too. But yeah, so I glue that down. I get it looking good. So my idea is the photo, the embellishments, the title, and then the journaling at the bottom. So here I have my fortunes, which I've been saving for my fortune cookies, and these are washi tapes I got from, it looks like Umi. I got them at Marshall's. I got a pack for $4, which was awesome. And there's 8 washies in there. 4 of them are gold and 4 of them are like shades of blue. And I wanted to get the black ones too, but all the gold washi was exactly the same. And I was like, I don't think anybody needs that much gold washi, although I may regret it later because that's a really good price. I should go back and get it. Anyway, so here I am. I decided to do gold, pink, and blue. And then later I'm going to use just a little bit more of that yellow in some of my embellishments. That's the yellow from the background paper, because I really wanted to bring a little bit of that out, have it punch a little bit. I didn't want it to be too, I don't want to say monotone because I'm using 2 different colors, but yeah. Oh, there I switched because I don't want to have the blue and the pink next to each other and then 2 bars of gold. You want to mix it up a little bit. Here I'm going to put some washi down underneath where my photo is going to be, just to kind of create more visual interest. Yeah, I love this washi. I'm kind of a little bit obsessed with it. You're going to see it on a lot of layouts because I'm really heavy into using washi tape right now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying a lot of these new techniques that I see people using online and using their hauls and their and things in creative ways. I have a lot of stuff in my stash and I need to use it. So part of that is I don't know where I got this washi tape from, this pink washi. It was in a package with some gingham and some ones that have strawberries on it, and I wish for the life of me, I kept the boxes because I have no idea where they came from. But I did get them at AC Moore, and they still are there. So if you go to AC Moore, you'll see them there in little tiny boxes, little white ones, and they're always on sale for like $2 or $2.50 or something, which is a good enough price for getting 2 or 3 washi in a container. So I have to cut down the fortune cookie fortunes because they actually are the same size as the washi tape, and I want them to stand out. So I cut them down a little bit to size, just so that they can be framed underneath by the washi. Yeah, I put a little too much glue on that one, so I had to spread it out. I'm sorry if I'm going fast. This is my first time recording over fast forward, and I'm like, I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute. Yeah, so I get my fortunes down, and I can tell right now that that tape was crooked. Oh, this flare I used on another layout. It's from Recollections. Simply Pastels. Yep. And I can't decide. I'm like, there was one that said something about now or something and right now, but it had purple in it, and I didn't want to bring purple into my layout. I'm going back to my front porch paper. These are some cutouts from the collection, and each one came with 2 sheets. I cut a few of these kind of blue. It's like a navy blue. I cut 3 of them out because I wanted to have a little balance and have 3 dark places of navy on but I couldn't find a way to use the other cutouts that I use. I cut them out, but I use one, and you'll see where I use it, and I'll explain how I use it when I do that. Yeah. So right now here was my downfall. I kept trying to clean. When I was trying to get this layout done, hence why it's in fast forward, and it's definitely not 20 minutes long. Yeah, and then I had to get my son from the bus stop, and the baby woke up, and forget that. So now we're fast forwarding. That's gonna have to be, because I realize I am a slow scrapper. It's been a really long time since I've done layouts. So until I get back into the swing of things, it's gonna take me a while, and I'm not going to be able to really record in real time. These are Mombi chips. This is from their travel collection. Mombi they're a subsidiary of Me and My Big Ideas. I love these travel ones. I am kind of a little bit obsessed with them, and I want to get the Mombi chips in every style. These are from Basic Gray. This flare is from the Hey Boy collection, and there was one that says "Looking Good." I want to use these other like little flare canvas things, but there was no way. It was just crazy. There was just, again, too much purple in the ones that I want to use, and I was like, no purple in this one. What else did I pull out there? Something from stamps from Heidi Swap. I'm going to use all the arrow stamps, and you'll see them soon. So now I'm going to cut out this thing that says "Life is Good," and I will use this one on my layout, and I love where I decide to use it. I'm really loving this little flag. It's super cute. And that's how I was feeling. I was feeling like life is good. Like I'm doing this photography thing, and I'm entering contests, which that was crazy for me. Choosing a background paper, and I decided to go with the gray that I had not used for the lower part of the layout. And I'm very happy with it. I love the way this polka dot gray paper looks. It's super cute. So I'm going to use mounting squares instead of gluing my picture down. 1, I can lift my picture off. And 2, I think it's just, I don't know. I just prefer using those little mounting squares for my pictures instead of gluing down. Okay. What am I thinking? I'm thinking, how I was telling you earlier, how I thought there was something wrong with the washi. There was. I did not center this very well at all, so I have to pull that washi tape up and using the grid on my map, center it a little bit better in the layout, just because everything was starting to kind of like fall at an angle towards the bottom left corner of the layout. And I was like, it does not look good. I really wanted it to be as straight as possible, because my title is going to be right smack in the middle of at the bottom of that layout, and it could not be crooked. So I'm going to decide. I'm going to put the picture down. I have to use glue, which, yeah, I'm not happy using my glue sometimes because I want a little more flexibility. So I went and bought an HG gun, and then because I got it on clearance, I opened it up, and there were no strips inside. And then I went to get more strips and there weren't any. It was like, not strips, but the tape that goes inside the gun. Anyway, so that's my next thing is I have to get glue for this HEG because I need to use it. Okay, this embellishment is from the Crate Paper Storyteller collection, my all-time favorite collection. Love it so much. Bought it 3 times. I have literally 2 pads of the 12 by 12 and a pad of 6 by 6. I put that brownie box camera embellishment there and I move it because I'm just not happy with it there. I just thought I wanted to create an angle from the top right to the bottom left. So I end up having to move it because it was just starting to look a little unbalanced. Yep, there I moved it. Oh, my camera cut out. That's Pool Party from Stampin' Up, that ink. Here you see now, after everyone bus stop and all the stuff, I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to have a lot of time when I get back. So let me just put all the stamps down where I want them. And then I'll use my block and I'll just start stamping everything when I got back. Smartest thing I ever did. Cut my time down and having a fiddle with everything. 2 of the arrows are going to be done in the Pool Party. All these rubber arrow stamps and words are going to be from Heidi Swap. They don't have titles on them. They're just from Heidi Swap. I don't know. Switching to brown, EK Tools ink. I was going to do black, and then I was like, nope. Oh, the frame. Finally using one of those frames from my Heidi Swap planner paper. So I used the brown there. It says this is right over the looking good flare. Me thinking I'm clever. That one says moments documented, and it's got a big fat arrow underneath it, which I love. I love all the arrows kind of pointing you into the icing sugar that I had. Well, I had my husband. I didn't shake it because I was taking the shot. Sprinkle on top of the brownie and captured the moment where the icing sugar stops, and that was the point of the picture. I had to create motion or capture motion in a shot. So stopping it captured the stopping of motion. Okay, that other arrow that I stamped, by the way, on the left there over that flare badge, and that brownie camera says best day ever. And now I'm using my glossy accents to glue the paper down to the frame because I don't want to have problems with the glitter later where the glue doesn't want to stick to the glitter. I was like, glossy accents is the way to go. Then because I'm going to put my frame on my picture, did I say on my picture, I again use glossy accents. Again, I don't want to open up my my book full of 12 by 12s or all my scrapbooks and find all the embellishments down at the bottom of the pocket. That's my big head. Okay, so I get that on there where I like it. I didn't feel that I needed to show the picture so much. I mean, it's really me scrapbooking the emotion of having my picture reviewed so well by my adjudicator and by Jared Polin. And that was what was most important. I used pop dots over there to pop up that cutout. It says perfect moment. And now I'm going to put that flare. What is that? Oh, that's a brad. It's a metal brad with a glass. I think it's from Serendipity. I don't know. I can't remember who it's by. I lost the packaging. I have no clue. But anyway, I used it on my last layout. If you watch my last layout, I very clearly say who it's from. I probably should have watched the layout before I did this. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm speaking so fast and I apologize, but I'm just not used to having to keep up with the fast forward motion. A little washi tape to secure that down. And now I'm going to use that Mombi chip, that acid yellow. I love it. Just to bring out the yellow that's in that washboard background. That one says top of the world. And now you're going to see me try to use these navy cutouts, and I'm just going to have to give it up. I didn't want to put any embellishment in the top corners or anything. I really wanted everything to be in the center near that semicircle and to the bottom. That's me cleaning because I think surely I'm going to have to clean while I'm going, and I really should have just given up on that. Trying to find letters for my title, and because I'm going to use 2 different kinds of letters, I struggle a little bit with which alphas I want to use. Not so much which like larger letters. I decide to go with those ones on the left with the polka dots. They're like a chipboard letter. I got them in the dollar spot at Target, and I love them. so much. They're so pretty. They look like a craft. It's a very light craft. I'm counting to see how many letters I have in the I don't want to mess this up. I really want it to be centered, and I know I have to glue my letters down because again, I don't trust letters or flair farther than I can throw them to stick to my page forever. So I use glue to make sure that if the letters don't seem sticky enough, that they're going to stick down. So I'm going to do the word fortune with these dollar spot letters. And then the words favors the brave in a tile letter. And I think I choose another alpha from the dollar spot at Target. But I think I use the one from my last. No, I don't. I use these blue ones, and they're so pretty. I had never used them on any of my stuff before. I used them for someone else's project. Someone ordered something for me for Christmas, and I used it. But I hadn't used it since, and I've been dying to use them on something. And I love the way the colors work because I have that blue washi right there, and it's just that perfect punch to bring you down from the picture, and it draws your eye down into where the title and the journaling is. And I love that it creates this kind of like almost like a cloche in the shape of how you have this arch at the top, and then at the bottom it's square, like you're covering a plant. You know, those cloches, those glass cloches that cover plants, reminded me of that in the shape that I end up with overall. So I mean, I really love that shape. So yeah, again, this is going to say favors the brave, and I used parchment paper to just kind of drop my letters down on, just to make sure that they didn't get stuck to each other while I was trying to center them. And here I make a mistake. When you're using this paper, the reason you stick the letters down to it is so that you can make sure your spacing is proper by sticking it down, looking at where you want the space, and then move the paper up and down so you can see where you're supposed to be. And I don't make the spacing big enough between the and brave, so then I have to mimic that spacing, and now my letters are, I mean, it's so minuscule. Other people probably wouldn't care, but it's driving me nuts when I look at the layout that it's not centered. Yeah. Okay, this is the logo for Jared Poland's business. He's known as Fro from fronosphoto.com. That is how he says it. And he literally has an enormous fro. It's pretty funny. He's a cool guy. He's a little kooky like me. I think it's why I like watching him. He definitely goes on his own tangents, and if you're not ready for him, it's very hard to watch, but I love him. I think he's great. Yeah. Oh, my camera cut out. So what you missed was that sticker is also from the Mombi Chips travel collection. And these enamel dots, oh my gosh, run, don't walk to Michael's, go to the seasonal section. And in the aisle there, they had these enamel dots, and I love them. And I was very fortunate. They were 50% off, plus a coupon for 25% off. I got them for 75 cents each collection. And I have two different shades of blue, a white, and a pink. And I am so happy with them because I love enamel dots, but I hate spending a ton of money on them. And this was a great way for me to get them affordably. I'm going to use some Shine Mists now from Heidi Swap. I go back to my trusty Seafoam. And again, store it upside down, and when I'm ready to, I just shake it up a little. That way I don't spend an hour shaking it. It looks really fast, but I promise you it's fast forward. And I'm just going to sprinkle this down and try to create an angle. I'm going to get it all over myself. All over. But because I keep forgetting to put something down before I sprinkle that stuff. I'm making a mess of things, but I got a little bit on the picture, but it comes right off if you get it quick. And also keep a baby wipe handy. It comes off really easily when it's wet and not so easily when it's dry. But you can get it off of pretty much anything as long as you're, except paper. It really soaks in. Tim Holtz tea dye. And I am just going to use my trusty handmade distressing tool. Again, I for those of you who didn't watch my last video, I used pipe wrap that I got at where did I get it? I got it at Home Depot, and I just cut it up when I need a piece, and then cut that the ring in half, and I use it until it absolutely falls apart and I can't use it anymore, which is actually quite a while. I mean, I can just stress an entire mini album with that and not have a problem. So yeah, there it is, finished layout. Do I add anything? Oh, nope, it's not finished. Journaling, Leah. The journaling. Oh, here's what it says. It says, I had been concerned that this photo would not be accepted for my Unit 1 project for school. Not only did my mentor love it, but on the same day, it was one of only about 10 of 1,000 photos reviewed by one of my favorite photogs / YouTubers, Jared Polin of PhoneNosPhoto.com. It made me more confident that I am on the right path. And it definitely did. I was just really feeling such a high. And when I printed this picture, I just felt so proud of myself that, it's not just like, my friends or other moms that like my photos, or other amateur photographers that like it, but that it's really being accepted by like professional photographers, and that I know that I'm making the right decision with what I want to do. So here is my final layout. I love it. I'm very happy with it. It's definitely much more my style than the last layout I did. I mean, I did the last one because I really wanted to try doing something that I liked, that I saw. But I mean, this definitely is much more the way that I like to scrapbook. These neat little clusters and, lots of pops. Yeah, I think I could use some more distressing. I'm definitely doing much more distressing in my layouts to come. So I hope you all enjoyed it and that you have a great day. And I will be getting back to you soon. Thanks a lot for watching.